What do we have here? We have the Maxace Halictus 2.0 in M390. And look at that M390. Let me see if I can get... Man, it's hard to translate the grind on the blade makes it put this kind of rainbowy color. Oh, there it goes. Let's see if we can get that going. It's reflecting the ceiling instead of the rainbow colors on the blade. But anyway, the way they do that grind, I mean, it's on other knives too, you see it, but it's just really cool. Somehow it refracts the light, reflects the light in a way that makes it look like a rainbow. And there's no rainbow going on in here. That's just the blade. And we could look at another blade. See, there's no multicolors happening in here. That's just that grind doing that. It's got titanium frame lock like every other freaking cool knife. It's got this copper Mokume. I don't know how you say it, but it's copper. It's got some other elements kind of smashed into it, and then they make it into an inlay. So yeah, it's a little scratched up, but you can polish it. That's kind of the cool thing. It polishes super easy because it's just, it's copper basically. It's pretty soft. It's funny when you polish it, it loses all of its, or not all of its color, but most of its color. So it comes out real faded, like all these darker colors. I think that's basically some whatever metallic elements they're putting in here starting to corrode a little bit, starting to get a patina, because when I first polished it, you couldn't see those dark lines hardly at all. They were just, you could barely see the difference. So it's kind of neat. It changes over time. Titanium clip. This didn't used to be this color. I think it used to be a goldish. I'll put the original pic up here. I didn't change the blade much. It has the add stud that I kind of modified and made it look a little bit prettier, because I love to thumb flick things and reverse flick things. This is a big boy. I think it's a 3.8, 3.9 inch blade, something like that. Pretty heavy. It's got to be around 6 ounces, something like that. When it opens, it like hits pretty hard. It kind of jerks in your hand a little bit when you open it, when you flip it hard. I don't think there's any weight relief in there, is there? No, they didn't weight relief these handles at all. It's a chunky boy. It's got a heavy blade, and it's still a tiny bit back heavy. So you got to move back away from that little guard area just a little bit to get it to balance. Really nice action though, like incredible action, really. It has, you could say it has a tiny bit of a double clutch, but it also has a very useful detent ramp. A lot of knives have a detent ramp that ends up throwing the blade back up and locking it when it's double clutching. This one, the blade, between the weight of the blade and the light pressure of the detent ball on the blade, it lets it just drop right down. And it's just so smooth once it's over the detent. I guess you'd say it's drop shutty, or yeah, definitely drop shutty. Fun fidget knife once it has this add stud. A great flipper knife only when it's just a flipper knife. I love the way they put the swedge up on the top of the blade. It's really cool looking. Has a interesting angle to it that a lot of swedges don't have. Most swedges are just slightly off of the flat. This one's almost, I don't know, 30 degrees off of the flat, something like that. Has some jimping here, but don't really need it since your thumb just presses against my add stud there. Great ergonomics. Really nearly hand melting ergonomics. And again, the action is ridiculous. Titanium hardware, titanium pivot top, I guess. I think the barrel is stainless, but the tops on both sides are titanium. Oh, so the way they had the pocket clip and the corners of this relief cut for the lock bar made it so that it would get caught on your pants when you would put it in. So you would try to put it in and your pant pocket area would get caught right there, because this didn't used to be rounded off. So I rounded this off before I sent it in for Cerakoat, whatever it is. This used to be sort of a bead blasted titanium color, and now it's just charcoal black. I don't know what you call that, but before I sent it in, I rounded that off, and now it pockets much better. The pocket's able to run up over that little rounded area. So that rounded area used to be basically straight over and straight down, a pretty sharp corner. So that's a little fix I had to do on it to make it better going in and out of the pocket. Lock bar access is very good, and the lock bar, a little bit of jimping on there, and the angle that they have that cutout right there on the side of the lock bar is perfect. Like, it's just, your thumb just never slips off, never an issue. I think Maxace did a great job on this one. I like it a lot. It's one of my top 5 knives for sure. Maxace Halictus. Have a nice day.